Okay, so let's see. Currently, I think for training the GPT-3 model, basically Open API models, I think Azure have already started with their Azure Open AI service, and till now, like only few of them were able to get access to this service for use. So once this service is in the market, then we can like train our custom model to work with, so for example, FAQs or any question answer pairs that we want to train with, or we can train with our website data. So all those can be trained once this is like available to everyone in the market. So, but for now, we can try to focus on this OpenAI, and they do have one API. Let's see the docs. So they do have something called as, I think, embeddings or maybe files, fine tunes. Yeah, I think fine tunes is the one. So creates a job that fine tunes a specified model from a given data set. Response include details of include job, including job status and name. Okay, let's see what does this fine tuning mean. Fine tuning lets you get more out of the model available through API by providing higher quality results from then prompt design, able to train more examples. Token savings, low latency. Okay. Fine tuning is currently available on these models. Yeah, prepared training data. I think, yeah, this is the one. So we have to prepare training data in such a format and then pass it along. Yeah, let's try this. There was one documentation where tutorial basically. Classification, case study, conditional, advanced usage, patient. I think this is the one. Question answering. Let's try with the question answering part. And yeah, who is expert in data science field here? I think Ajay and Sahil, you both are from the same field.
Yes.
Maybe if you can understand this piece of code, that will be great. So here, I think it's just a notebook where get the Wikipedia page, given title, get the titles which are entitled to. Okay. Okay, let's do one thing today. You guys will be working, and let me give you a scenario. Here I saw other day where we can train this GPT-3 model based on the website data. So if we can like retrieve all the URLs, parse through that, read all the HTML, and then train our GPT-3 model, and then we can just prompt based on that. There was one example. Let's see that. Maybe fine tunes. There was one tutorial here somewhere. Quick start tutorials. Yeah, this is the one. Website Q&A. Okay, yeah. Let's see. Okay, so initially I think they have created an environment. So before that, so here they say that to start with the code, clone the full code for this tutorial and alternatively follow along and copy each section into a Jupyter notebook and run the code step by step. Or just read along. A good way to avoid any issues is to set up new environment and install the required packages by running commands. Okay. Okay, let's follow along. Yeah, create this command, basically create the environment. First, go to a directory and then create an environment. like create a new directory. You can use the command line also, like type mkdir and the folder name. Let's say OpenAI, mkdir OpenAI. It's already exists. Better you like work in separate directory, not on desktop. It's a good practice. You never work on desktop. Like cd double dot and cd here only you create directory, because again it's inside your users only. So o mkdir OpenAI, and now cd into that. And now you can run that environment creation command. So what's the error? Could not open requirements file. Okay. Hmm. Where we are activating that, I think it is not activated. Source is not recognized. Just try to fix that error. Like I think some pip, maybe we have to install something. I think Sahil, I think you worked how to activate this one
So we
environment.
have that requirements file first.
Okay. Let's see whether we have something for the requirements. The primary focus of this tutorial is, so if you prefer, you can skip the context how to create a web crawl, just download the source code. But how we will get that requirement.txt file? Okay, it's there on that link. There's a full code for this tutorial on GitHub. Click on that link and copy this content, requirement.txt.
Where we have to start.
Yeah, Sahil, you can just guide him, because I'm not aware about where we have to store this.
Assign the directory which we are working.
Okay, yeah. Create a text file in that OpenAI and you can paste it there. It's under users. Yeah. And save as requirements.txt. Requirement spelling, check that. RE. No, remove that txt from there because the type is already txt. It should not be part of the name. Rename and remove txt dot txt. Yeah. Okay. So this is fine. How do we activate the environment, Sahil? Because he was getting one error,
Yeah,
right?
yes, sir. Just open the command prompt.
Open command.
Type the command dot forward slash your virtual environment. Here it is env, I guess. Env slash script slash activate S capital. And sorry, it was backward slash, not forward slash.
Manually go to that path and see if the file names are correct and folder names are correct. Open env. Scripts capital S, and it is small a, not capital A. Go back to command line and run that. Still it says dot is not. Try with other slash.
Slash, sir.
Activate spelling is it scripts or script? Just check the spelling. It is scripts. Okay, now run the other command pip install R requirements. Okay, so what is the error? Complete output, no module named, HTML parser. HTML is not a package. Command error dot Python, check the logs. You're using pip version. Try upgrading the pip and then try again. Maybe we have to manually install that HTML parser. First, let's upgrade the pip. And just copy that error, module not found error, no module name HTML parser, and Google that one. You have created a local file named HTML that masks the standard library package. What does that mean? We have not written any code as well. Scroll down. Okay, scroll
So I
down.
need to
Hmm.
clone the whole repository of that code.
Okay, let's clone that. Go to that GitHub, Ajay, and go back. Let's copy them. Web QA and web QA IP. Oh, let's see. You can download everything at once. Let's see. Yeah, download zip. Or yeah, you can use command line as a git clone. Do git clone and do it in separate directory. CD back. Do CD double dot. And now here you can git clone. Okay, now manually go to that place. Cookbook, OpenAI cookbook, samples, sorry, apps, and I think web crawler. And here run the command prompt from this path. Okay, and create the environment and activate it. Okay, now run that pip install. Okay, we again have that module, not no module named HTML parser. Run this command python 3 dash c, and this one run that command. Just use python only. Okay, there it is. Go to that path. And what does it say? Rename it or delete it. Okay, go to that path. No, in the your file explorer. Just go to HTML path. Let's not open that file. Just go to HTML path. Um, okay, you have wrongly entered that path. Remove that .exe from there. Remove everything. You have entered two paths in the same line. Yeah, go there. And what was the path? Just check there in the command line.
HTML.
Yeah. Don't go to the file directly. No, don't go to the file. Just go to the path till HTML. And yeah, that init file, just rename that. Rename to something else. My HTML you can give. Okay, enter. Okay, send me that path. Let me make that change. Okay, now try to again run that command basically to install. Okay, cannot import name unescape from HTML. Just copy that and let's see what is that. File, what do we do now?
Not sure, sir. So we can try importing, installing this thing HTML parser separately.
Okay, just run those commands.
This one. HTML.
Ajay, try pip install html.parser.
HTML.
Dot parser, parser.
Try again that pip install. Again, do that pip install for requirement. For requirement. Okay, now install that HTML module. How do we install? Yeah, it's just
Pip
pip install
in it.
HTML. No, it's just pip install HTML. PIP only. No. That's the wrong command. Mm, Yes, we know it is not there, but why it is not installing? Restart all the command line and upgrade that this one pip. Basically, since you upgraded everything, restart all command line and then again run that command. Basically, close every command line and run again. Yeah, just check the pip version, pip-v. Correct. Use capital V. Now restart command line and then try again. Now do pip version, pip double dash version. Why it is giving us this error? Okay, let's make sure we rename back that file. Just type pip3 space version, basically double dash version. No, spelling is wrong. Do we not have this Python 2 installed on the system? It should not be basically. Python 3.9, that's okay. All right, I think we are already up like near the time. No problem, we'll continue this next week. The same thing where we have left today. How to run this notebook on my machine? I forgot that. Like, what's the command to run this notebook?
Usually to run that Python file, so we just like Python space and file name with .py extension.
No, there's a different command for running the notebook server. Yeah, so yeah, I think that this is the one. Jupyter Lab. Okay, Jupyter Notebook. Nope, not this one. I was running on my local server. Okay, let me install again. Wait a second. Python is not there. Great. I need to activate that environment first. What was the command to activate the environment? OpenAI. So we were going through this tutorial. Yeah, so this was the command. Let's see if I have that ready. Okay, now it's fine. How to exit from this one? Control D. Use quit. Okay. Now I can just run that Jupyter notebook. Let's see if it works. Yeah, now it should work. All right. So I had this particular piece of code. and I gave somewhere some condition to limit the number of URLs. No, I just interrupted in between. So in the first piece of code, what it does, it basically it's a web crawler. It goes to my website and retrieves the list of all the URLs present on my website, right? And it just prints it over here, list of all the URLs. So let's run the first one. So I'll just interrupt after like 10 or 12 URLs so that we'll be testing based on that only. Because OpenAI has limitation of there's a limitation here somewhere. Moderation, making request, yeah, rate limit. So we are already exceeding this piece. Basically, yeah, 20 ppm, something like that. Yeah, tokens per minute. We are already exceeding that, so we need to limit the number of URLs. Is it stopped? Yeah, I think it's automatically stopped. That's fine. Okay, we have few of the URLs. That's fine. Now let's go ahead and do something. Yeah, only machine learning engineer can only understand these things. So even I'm not sure what exactly it is happening here. Code. Let me remove some of the files that are already there. Those are not required. So last time when I ran, it generated this many files. Basically, it took out each of the URL that is stored, and it converts, it checks the website, takes out the HTML text, convert that to a normal text, and store it to a notepad. Basically, it's a text file. Like whatever the content is there on my website, now it's stored as a text file. So each of the URL, now it is stored as a text file. And after that, it does some processing, and here it generates some processed files. So here we have something, and it just creates some, I'm not sure what exactly is this, but yeah, it converts everything to some processing files. And at the end, if I just type something, let's ask something like, for example, let me search something from that process file, Power Automate. Let's see what reply it gets me. Last time when I ran, I just asked these questions, and it was able to answer them here. Let's run. Okay, name error. Before that, I have to run this question. Create context and define answer question. Yeah. And now let's see. I had to run everything from the beginning in order to work with this guy. Let's see. Let me delete everything and run it freshly. So let me remove this ones. All right. Now let's see. Let's go from the beginning. Here I have to enter my domain name. Let's see. Okay, that should be fine for now. Okay, so I just have some 10 or 12 URLs. Now let's me run this next one and import pandas that will create this scrap.csv file. What's the issue? The default value of regex will change from true to false in future. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So here you see some output is generated. And now let's run from that processed scrapped CSV, and that should generate me some chart. Yeah, here's some visualization. And let's run this portion as well. And this one, some data frame. It generated something. And now comes the OpenAI key. So let me get the key. Is exactly. Let me see if I have the same key. No. Okay. So now that should generate a embeddings file. Most of the time we get an error here because it exceeds the rate limit per minute. Oh, we did get some output, that's fine. And that will call this particular endpoint engine, that is embedding ADA. Let's run this one. And that should generate something. So we have this error now, rate limit error. Let's wait for some time and then we'll run this again because we are exceeding the limit number of tokens per minute. Let's try again. Rate limit error. Yeah, here you see the exact error that is shown. So organization on request limit 60 per minute, current 80 per minute. So I have exceeded my 60 as the limit. So let's wait for some time and then we can continue if it is able to. I doubt, but let's see. Do we get a timestamp when this piece was run? No. Let's run this again. Okay. Now we are not getting anything. Yeah. Now that is being executed. Now coming this portion. Let's run this guy. And that should generate a fresh output. Yeah. So finally, let's run this guy. And now let's ask the question. I'll just ask a very simple question, bot framework. It will not tell me a definition because if I have not put a definition on my website, then it will not get. And it is only getting the data from my this many URLs. And we only have very limited blocks. I think this one is block 2. And yeah, we only have 3 blocks in this whole list of URLs. So it will try to get something from there. And let's run this one. So here it says, I don't know. That's fine. So let's try to ask something else. Let's say DB, read data from read from SQL. Let's see if it can answer this question. Yeah. So here you see, it was able to give me some response. In this post, we'll create a chatbot that connects to the local SQL database. So basically, that is giving me my introduction of that blog. But yeah, it does give some response based on the training data that we have provided. So let's say, what is SQL? I don't know because we have not mentioned that. Entity framework. Yeah. So here it gives me some good answer. Entity framework is a modern object database mapper for .NET. It supports link queries. And it gave me a perfect answer from that blog. Yeah. So this is what we were trying to achieve last time. And here is the result for that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anything else we can try to complete it today?